So there's another one here, and this one reads, "My grandfather is in the hospital after some complications with his back surgery, so Desert Bus could not have come at a better time this year. Could the room," and I'll leave this open to anybody who has a story they care to share, "could the room please share some heartwarming stories of times they've had with their grandparents?" Okay, would you like to share it with the room?
Sure. I did not know my maternal grandfather well. We didn't live in the same state, so I didn't see him very often. And he was always kind of an intimidating person to me. But at 5, we took a family trip to see them, and he tried to convince me to eat barbecue ribs by telling me there was candy in them. And I was so disappointed to find out that what he meant was brown sugar in the recipe. But from somebody who I found scary, who wasn't in the best of health towards that time and was carrying around an O2 tank and freaked me out, the fact that he would reach out and try and relate to me that way, it means a lot to me even now.
Anybody else?
I learned to drive manual thanks to my my long departed grandmother. She drove a 1992 Volkswagen Westfalia with a custom made shift knob that was just a piece of aluminum pipe welded to a screw so that she could have something to grip rather than the little tiny thing, which meant it didn't have a gear diagram on it. Now, if you drive stick, you know you don't really need that after 30 seconds. But as a brand new driver, that was very necessary. And my God, did that woman have the patience of a saint. Because I eventually did learn to drive stick that day. It took a good 3 hours. Because I tried starting in second the whole time.
I have a quick one.
Sure.
Basically, my entire life, anytime I've gone and visited my grandmother on the East Coast, on my mom's side of the family, one thing that we bonded over when we were younger and that we literally do till this day is we will play a card game called Speed at her kitchen table. Which is just, it's kind of like a really quick version of War, I guess. It has to do with you have to put one higher or one lower than the numbers that are on the two piles. But it's fun and it's exciting, and she gets really into it, and I love it. And I've literally done it since I was old enough to play cards, and it's one of my favorite things to do with my grandma.
Nice.
Oh, and after we're finished this bit, I have 2 quick things.
Okay. If anybody else has anything they'd like to share?
I had my granddad. He was named Alan. Everyone called him Al. And my most vivid memory of him was as a kid. Every time I went over there, I would want to listen to the seminal Paul Simon hit. You can call me Al. just because we had that attachment together, we would both sing along. That was really great. And my grandmother is more tied to Desert Bus because we had the same birthday. So every Desert Bus is around my birthday. So I remember her every year around this time. And I have a little trinket from her home that I bring with me to every Desert Bus, just to hang out with me on the desk. And yeah, this is a little memory thing. It's really nice.
That's really nice.
Yeah. Did you ever bodyguard for your grandfather?
Did I what?
Ever bodyguard for your grandfather?
No, I think I was too small to do that. I would only cover this much of his body, probably.
I mean, that's the vitals, though.
That's the
right?
vitals.
So,
Yeah.
so you could
Strap
just,
me to his
yeah,
chest.
but like a papoose or a plate carrier.
Yeah, you just need one of those little baby carriers.
Baby.
Yeah, exactly. James Bond wasn't wearing a papoose; it was a plate carrier.
Alrighty, Andrew, what you got for us?
Just 2 quick things.